Happy Wednesday, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro, and here's an extended look at your weather forecast. Oh, that fog that built in this morning has not lifted. We are socked in with a lot of moisture. This is actually a shot at Pleasure Pier, but you cannot see the pier whatsoever. You can just see a couple of palm trees out there. 62 degrees right now for the island, and the dew point is also at 62. That means the temperature and the measure of moisture are lined up, and so the relative humidity there is 100%. 100% for Pearland. Traveling up the Gulf Freeway is going to be difficult. Hobby Airport, 97% humidity, so at least some of that is starting to lift. And then Bush Airport, 93%. So we all have at least a little bit of that mist and a little bit of the drizzle, and some areas are going to be a little bit difficult to travel in. This afternoon, those temperatures are going to start to push up into the upper 60s, and I think eventually our high temperature manages to make it into the low 70s. 72 is your high for today in Houston. A 30% chance for an isolated shower. I think better chance of seeing that will be later on tonight. And then tomorrow in bright red, because it is a weather impact alert day, we are tracking the potential for some strong to severe storms. So if you can avoid having too much travel on Thursday, or if you can move around your plans to say Friday, that looks a lot better with sunny skies and 70 degrees. So let's talk about that weather impact alert for your Thursday. Strong to even a few severe storms are possible. The main time frame to watch is going to be 11 a.m. through 5 p.m. So yes, through your commute home, isolated wind damage from a couple of these stronger severe storms could be possible. So here's the timeline. They start to develop along the I-35 corridor during the overnight hours. And then you'll notice they gain intensity and potentially start to bow out a little bit. This is a classic signature of some gusty wind. So we could see that as they pass through Harris County by about 2 p.m. So right through downtown in this early to late afternoon time frame. And that's when we could see some of those stronger storms that are building in, gain some momentum, gain some intensity, and bring us the chance for some severe storms. So that risk is heightened to a level 2 on the 1 to 5 scale. It is a slight risk for eastern Harris County, Montgomery, Liberty, San Jacinto, Polk, and down to Galveston and Chambers County too. The risk is lessened the further west that you go. Of that severe risk, I think the main components are going to be, again, the gusty wind. So that potential is 15% for the east side of Harris County. And we can't rule out the possibility of a tornado. So some of this wind is going to veer, which means it shifts in direction with height. And so that could lead to some rotation, some funnel clouds. And if those funnel clouds get enough intensity and they reach the ground, then we would be talking about the possibility of a couple tornadoes. So just keep that in mind as you go through tomorrow. Download the KHOU app, watch radar. If we do see any of these alerts pop up, we can send them straight to your phone. So Future Track Radar shows a couple of isolated showers throughout the day, nothing too worrisome. And then more showers develop during the overnight hours. By late morning, we'll start to see some more moderate rain filling in, and then a couple of these stronger storms dropping down by, again, the afternoon. Notice that's when we start to see those pops of brighter colors, the oranges, the reds. That could signal some strong to severe storms, and that continues until that line makes its way to Galveston, which will be around 5 p.m. But I want to show you the wide look. You'll notice a majority of the intensity is to our north and east. That's where the greatest severe threat lies as of now. Now this could certainly shift a little further south, and so that's why we're under that weather impact alert. We've seen setups like this that do produce tornadoes, so that's why we want to warn you about that today. The flood risk is going to be fairly low. Notice downtown does not have a flood risk. This line is moving pretty fast. Now, this area that is highlighted in green with that marginal risk, the one on the 1 to 4 scale, could see some localized street flooding or some ponding. And the reason being is that these areas could have a few showers that redevelop. So prefrontal showers at first that soak the ground, and then as the line passes through here, soaks the ground again, and that could be an issue. And then maybe the line of storm stalls out a little bit in Galveston, and that could be some repeated rounds of rain for the island. That's why those two spots have that low-end chance, but still a chance to see some issues on the roads in terms of rainfall accumulation. But the good news is, behind this big highlighted day, 80% chance of showers and some strong storms, we clear out the map in terms of rain. You do not have to worry about it on Friday. You do not have to worry about it on the weekend. So that's nice. Shower activity for today will be really light. In fact, I'm not tracking any of it for the loop in the Beltway this afternoon. There's a couple of light showers moving up the North Freeway towards Huntsville. If you are traveling up north, say towards Dallas, you can expect much of the same, just a couple of light showers throughout your travel plans. That continues into this evening. Otherwise, it's a pretty quiet day, though it is hard to see. That's even from the Med Center shot, Herman Park, that's Mr. Houston. So it's really soupy outside. There's a lot of moisture. It's significantly warmer than it was yesterday. Condensation of all this moisture is a warming process. So that's why we're seeing temperatures running 9 degrees warmer than they were yesterday, 65 right now. And again, the high temperature should push into the low 70s. Once we get to the low 70s, we're not going to cool off all that much. Overnight temperatures only dip down into the upper 60s, 67 for Hunters Creek and for Jersey Village, 65 for Tascasita, Tomball 66. A few light showers and certainly tracking some areas of dense fog. So this is sea fog that's rolled in today, and it's going to stay with us throughout the afternoon, even into the overnight hours. Notice Galveston visibility half a mile, and there's some pockets of even worse visibility closer to Lake Jackson. Hobby Airport should be okay early in the morning, but may have some issues as we go into the latter part of the morning. Notice though, 10:30, and that is actually our front that's going to start to move in here. And once it does push through here, it really clears away the mist, the fog, even the cloud cover. By Friday, we're not tracking any clouds. Maybe a little leftover high cloud for the morning, but by the afternoon, it should be pretty clear. Okay, so the big day to focus on is going to be on Thursday, your weather impact alert day with an 80% chance for showers and storms. Beyond that, temperatures are really mild. We're talking about starts in the 40s and 50s and high temperatures in the 70s, which is above average for this time of year. You do not have to carry your umbrella through Tuesday.